Shirotami, please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
If you're black, nothing for you.
2D, wanna be 2D, just like the movie. Somebody take me out of this gloomy world. It's gloomy, it's gloomy.
When the moon enters Libra and the house of Compton shifts into retrograde, Virgo erupts under pressure from Mercury. This causes the planets to align into chaos and despair. No, who turned on the lights?
I'll plan to go spooky and everything like that with a costume. Man.
Do you think I can still do the creepy stuff again, or... Tonight we'll be looking at anime just around Halloween time. The time where you can not be yourself with festivities and pumpkins and also costumes. Not only that, we'll look into a little bit of horror, a little bit of monsters and ghouls for the wickedness. So sit back and relax as we'll show you some shows not made for television. And you might be asking yourselves, how exactly did all these become OVAs?
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, not all of them have to be really scary. Little Witch Academia is about a teenager named Eiko who tries to become a witch even though she doesn't have any powers yet. The first film of this OVA series was created in 2013 in March, and the second film, The Enchanted Parade, was crowdfunded, which eventually was released in the Anime Expo in 2015 in July. Studio Trigger's own Osaka had more to do with it, as winning the first piece and also producing / directing the second film along with the TV series as well. And I guess you consider this to be a passion project, but for as passion project go, this was really entertaining to see. Especially with the main character Eiko, the animation, and also these crazy creatures that are kind of unnecessary to the plot, but also really good to just see.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Also, as far as the antagonist goes, they're not actually written that bad. The witch trial and the parade especially kind of make you feel sympathy for them. But at the same time, you do want to see the main trio actually prevail in what they do and actually work off on each other as well. Especially Eiko herself, which you can see her actually working hard despite using any powers up until the very end. So to reiterate, if you want a good spooky witch film, kind of like, then give this a shot. I think it probably won't hurt you to watch cute magical girls doing cute magical things. Now for the next one, I was about to talk about Elfen Lied, especially since I have an OVA that kind of explain the series and also give it a little bit of a spooky witch vibe. But honestly, I don't think I really want to do that. Sometimes the story doesn't make sense, the animation is choppy, and I don't even know is it really that scary to really begin with.
Now let's talk about a show that has niggas, but dead niggas. Ooh. Hey, sorry, what you doing? Oh, get off me! Get off me!
Now onto a different horror. Hello everybody, my name is Keisha, aka Usagi or Black Usagi, and I'm super excited to be talking about some horror series with you guys. 2D mentioned Little Witch Academia. Please.
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that.
But if you do want some real horror for Halloween, then I definitely recommend experiencing the greatness that is Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is absolutely the first horror anime that I had ever seen. Pretty sure I was in 7th grade the very first time I had experienced it. And to this day, it has one of the best opening scenes I have ever seen in an anime. The plot of Elfen Lied was always lost on me, especially as a child. I felt like there was a lot going on. Despite the insane amount of boobage and weird familial trauma they had, I think this was a great series to start my adventure into horror. Until this point, I had never really experienced horror. I never really watched horror. My family is very religious and I'm very open about that. So it was always very hard for me to really talk and support and watch anything horror related. The best thing, of course, about the series has got to be the opening. Lilium has to me carried the series for a very, very long time. Even if people have never seen the actual anime, they have definitely heard the opening, and it is just that impactful. So this was a great start into the horror genre. It helped prep me for other gory series like Higurashi, Umineko, Blood Plus, and another that I also really, really enjoy. Hands down, my favorite horror anime that I have seen. Another is definitely very creepy, and every episode seemed to draw me more and more in, and it's a very short and nice watch.
Sorry about that, I had to throw a goblin into traffic. But question, have I talked about ghouls here before? Yu Hakusho is about a teenager who becomes a spirit detective for the undead. This 30-minute film was originally for the seasonal Toei anime fair. However, in 1998 it was dubbed by Media Blasters, and then in 2011 it was dubbed by Funimation. In this story, Yusuke is trying to save his spirit boss named Kurima. And for the ones who were dubbing Kurima in Media Blasters, I kinda enjoy the voice here. Although they kind of had like a couple of monsters to fight, I think one of my favorites gotta be this tree demon that just like slugging wood tentacles all over Yusuke friends. Kind of remind me of that one tree from The Evil Dead. And though the film is not actually spooky, it's kind of wicked. And since I haven't seen the show entirely yet, this is kind of a good intro to the series for me. Yu Hakusho, the Golden Seal, are definitely a golden ass piece. Now do you want to see something really disturbing? Something beyond your eye beholder? Something that you will never forget? 5 anime school children whose racist, sexist, and might be a little bit ableist. Ghost Stories is a TV show based on Japanese anthology books made for children's novels.
Made for children. It's made for children, y'all.
Run! She's a ghost and a bitch!
That reminds me, I've got something hard and bent waiting for me.
God, you're making me sick!
One day you'll understand the benefits of a good curve.
If you do, I'll suck you off for a scoop snack.
Now where's Sakata? Better check the girl's locker room.
Hey, can you guys hear anything? You know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the fuck up. Get back here. Do you know how many child molesters there are in Japan? I'm not going to have a retarded gay brother.
Think of a big black man chasing you! Well, he's not racist.
Do you feel like it's racist?
No.
Just corny.
I think just corny.
I know 2D mentioned talking about ghost stories. One that I watched a long time ago, actually. I watched it around the time when I was around 12, and it is still hands down one of the most chaotic stories that I've ever seen. I remember hearing years ago that the ghost story script was so bad because absolutely no one watched the original Japanese version. So actually when it came over here and when they decided to dub it, they allowed the voice actors to kind of say whatever they wanted.
I'm all alone, forgotten, like a black family in Bush America.
Forgotten like a black family in Bush America was such a strong line that to this day has stuck with me. There are just several scenes where the cast just like don't say real words.
All right, let's move on here. Girardi, I'm him. Campbell, Emunchuk, Sprek the Megan Kai, Crapper.
And now a moment of silence as everybody reacts to one of my favorite scenes in the show, the rabbit.
When he died, I was so sad that I would never hear that voice again. His laugh.
My God.
Funny little requests.
Touch
What the?
His reprimands.
Touch me harder.
What? Please forgive me for bringing you back to life. I know now that it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be.
That clip is so legendary.
Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
Because you're so you don't like Black Rabbit?
Overall, it's a W series, but like in the absolute worst way possible. Thank you so much, 2D, for inviting me to speak about some of these horror series. And I love talking about horror with people. I don't watch too much horror anime, but I would definitely like to get more into that. So I would love to discuss that with more people.
You can find TheeBlackUsagii in all platforms, including the Horror Host podcast. So let me know in the comments what is your favorite Halloween anime, film, movie, or OVA.
Trust me, you won't miss a ghost of a chance.
Okay, Star is in here, so who's messing with the light man?